Was going through some of the emails, and I get this email a lot. Hey, Glendon, there's a lot of crowds out there. Is the storage auction business, is it good for me? Honestly, I don't know if it's good for you because I'm not you. But on the crowd issue, there's always been crowds. Going forward, there's going to be crowds. But you only have to worry about you. Now, this is a story of when I went out and I was immediately pissed when I got to the property. Cars were everywhere. I mean, it was just like, but once again, following my own advice, because a lot of people see something like that. There's a bunch of cars out there, and then they start saying stuff like, oh, I'm not going to get a good unit, or if I get anything good, it's going to cost me a lot of money. I made this mental statement. I'm going to go in there and see what kind of good deal I can get. And I just left it at that because, you start getting pissed, and you start getting tense, and you start getting tight because it's a crowd. And this was early in my career. It was in the deck, or Decatur as they call it. So I go in and I sign in. It was at Public Storage on flash shows. And then, like I said, about 30-something people. Folks behind the gate. They're like literally hanging off the walls. 25 units. And it was one of those rare occasions where they advertised 22, but actually had 25. Sometimes it does swing in that manner. Well, we go on, and that area, part of town, is real hit or miss, and a lot of times it's just junk. First 6 rooms, horrible. In retrospect, some of those rooms, later in my storage auction career, I would have bought, because actually I was looking at money and I didn't know it was money because I thought it was junk, just to clear it up. But in my perspective at that point in time, my context, it was just junk. So we're going and we're going and we're going, and then there's this big room, and it's full of office furniture. And it's one of the first office furniture units that I bought. And I sat back there and I was just kind of in the cut because I didn't really know what was going to happen. It was big. It was the biggest room I ever bought. And people were kind of sizing it up. There was one of those rooms where there was a little tension because folks were like, maybe, and, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And man, those desks look heavy, right? But they were nice Haywood desks, solid wood, had issues. But since they were solid wood, they could be refinished. I knew that. And I kept it to myself. I wasn't one of those people like, hey, look at those desks. Yeah, for about 150 a piece, you can make them look brand new. I didn't say that. And that's if you farm the work out. So I kept my mouth closed, and I was like, okay, anyone that's spending that type of money for a Hayworth desk, whether it was a long time ago or